I am on the National Executive Board of the Boy Scouts of America. I'm also leading a task force for the Boy Scouts on the prevention of childhood obesity. We are finding that many of our children and adults fall into a category of obesity which is not healthy.
We first started thinking through some interventions that we could do during the troop time, and in true community-engaged fashion, when we approached the council executive here at the Pennsylvania Dutch Council, they asked us to start doing some work in camp.
Not only are we trying to fight childhood obesity, but we're also trying to make an impression for these boys to make better choices the rest of their lives.
Through the Scout Oath and Law, we talk about Scouts being physically strong and mentally awake, and you can't do that without your Scouts feeling well, resting well, hydrating well, and eating well, and we need to keep that going through our camping program.
So the role that Penn State Pro Wellness has played with the Boy Scouts of America in healthy modifications at camp was really to come in and to look at the current camp menus and try to make them more healthful. We wanted to keep it child-friendly, so we made very small modifications that really do amount to a big impact.
We introduced some whole grains, some positioning of our salad bar, extra vegetables available, and just kind of introduced healthier options in the dining hall. The trading post was an interesting dynamic because that's obviously a source of revenue for us, and we're a nonprofit organization, so no, you don't necessarily want to make all this money on unhealthy food, but at the same time we have a bottom line that we need to look after.
It wasn't just enough for us to bring in healthier options and expect them to sell, so we incorporated principles of food psychology and price point advantage to encourage sales.
And we found afterwards through the statistics and evaluation that our trading post sales actually went up when we introduced healthier options, which was a nice surprise.
Penn State donated all these pedometers for each child and each leader and each staff member that came to camp, and the kids used the pedometers to track their steps.
They were encouraged to get as many steps as they could each day. The winning troop for that day was able to visit the dining hall line first.
Which was really cool because we had leaders saying that they saw Scouts doing extra steps in their campsite, and for us, if a Scout sets a goal, wants to attain a goal, and is positively affected with taking a few extra steps, we don't see how that's a bad thing.
The biggest thing that I noticed was that when working with the Penn State people, that they were able to really work with us, collaborate with us.
There's an opportunity for a dialogue to be able to say, well, here's what we face in camp, and here's the changes that you want to make. How can we make those work together so it's kind of a win-win situation?
Working with Penn State was a really great opportunity. I think it was a unique opportunity for us to bring in somebody who was an expert on healthy matters, trying to make a difference in the lives of the boys and the lives of the leaders.
I would fully encourage it because I really hope that you want to make a positive impact at your camp and really live the Scout Oath and Law and making sure our kids have healthy options when they come to camp.